Hello everyone and welcome to another Facebook Live. It is Monday. Where is the week gone? It's gone so fast. So I'm just making sure that I am live in the right places, and because I can't see comments on my computer, I'm getting my page up so that I can make sure I follow everybody correctly. Okay, that part's done. You can't do it beforehand. So anyway, I'm got everything there. So say hi if you're here. Oh, get myself comfortable. So, as I said, it's Monday. I can't believe this week has just flown. It's cold today. Actually, the last 2 days have been cold. So, but well, I suppose we're a week away from winter, so it is time, and that's what's going to happen. So, hello, Jacinta. Welcome. Hope you're enjoying your day off. I loved your card last night. My name's Anita Mazzero, and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Horsham, Victoria, Australia. Not to be confused with Horsham, England, because it's easy enough to be done. So, our catalogue has nearly been going for a month, which has been great. There is still 5-6 days left to go for anyone that wishes to join up and take up the joining fee, the joining special, not the joining fee. We're able to, for anyone that wishes to join and get the discount. But Stamping Up is not just about purchasing products in my mind. It's the friendship, the fellowship and the community. It is far bigger, I think, than being able to buy products at a discount price for yourself. So that's what I think anyway. So I would love it if anyone out there is thinking about joining, would like a demonstrator to be under. I would be so happy to help you out and have you part of my team. My team's only little, but we're a great little team. So that's what it is. We have got May online exclusives happening at the moment as well. Not a lot of products, but we've got some products out there. I'd say they didn't want it to clash with the products that are available in the new catalogue because they came out simultaneously, so we didn't want to do that. And I'm trying to think what in my head is out there for going on. So I should have checked all this before I came on, but I didn't. I was running awfully late. But anyway, what we'll do is we'll turn the camera down and I can show you what we're talking about and we can do that. Hello, Glenda. How did you go? Did you find what you were looking for from last week, Glenda? If not, pop me your address. So I'll talk to you later, Glenda. So as I said, I'll pop the camera down and we'll start talking about the various things that are available at the moment. So just bear with me. I'll flick it down. And now to get this right. Okay, I think that looks about right. It's very hard to tell. I have to always wait to see what goes on up there. Okay, so starter kit. The starter kit that Stamping Up have, and I think it should be a better word than this, because you can purchase your own products to this kit. So because some of us, by the time we decide to take up being a demonstrator and purchase products for ourselves to be a little bit cost effective, and this time it's a great time to do it. So normally you would get $235, but for the month of May you get $300 plus all 5 magnetic ink pads. That's $125 savings. So you're actually getting $425 for $169. And that is shipping charges at all. You did? Oh, that's good, Glenda. I'm glad you got them. So that's a great offer. And then after that, you can start purchasing products 20% off. And that is a great saving. And you still get your reward dollars, which is really handy. Plus, a benefit of being a demonstrator is you get to see products that are coming out in advance and are able to purchase some 4 to 5 weeks in advance. And I think that's marvellous. And so they can come, you can have a play with them before anyone else. So great idea. So if anyone is interested, just PM me a message. I'm happy to chat with you on the phone and we can go from there. So that's the starter kit offer. As I said, our May exclusives, there's not a lot in here. And as I said, probably because our catalogue came out in May as well. So we've got some bundles. We have I call it a Band-Aid. There's a beach, they call it Splash and Relax. And then, of course, some stamp sets available there as well. So there's a few. So you just pop on the online store and you can have a look at those products. We've then got, of course, our catalogue. There is products galore in here. Absolutely beautiful products, beautiful sweets, lots and lots of great things available in here. It might be a little bit close. And then we have our product of the month. Now, to get the product of the month, if you place an order of $125, and this is demonstrators as well as customers, for $125, you can then choose to purchase the product of the month for $9, and that's in Australia. So this is a great product, and these are the papers. You get 3 sheets of 4 designs. So you get 12 sheets of paper for $9. So there's one. That's the green, the peaceful pine. Then there's a pattern piece. These are enough apart that you can cut them and use them separately. We then have a Fresh Freesia. And then we have a very full page. Now, it's very thick vellum. So you can see that there. It is extremely thick. And I think it's wonderful. Hello, Kerry. How are you? Welcome. I hope you're having a nice day. So this is the product of the month. And vellum, I will be honest, it's not been one of my biggest things, but I have been using this one a lot. I just love it. So we're going to have some fun with this. I know we did it last week, but I'm going to do something again this week. And this happened by accident. I was chatting to a friend on the phone in my craft room, and I started to muck around. And I don't know if you can see that on there, but can you see the texture that's in there? How it's raised? That's showing it pretty well there. So you can see that it's raised and it's done up. So I thought for today I would show you how to do that and make a card. So it is very easy to do, but you need to be careful as well. So I've got my pierce mat, which is vitally important, and I've got, get the right take your pick tool, and I've got a stylus that comes with your take your pick tool. So there's 2 ends, a thick and a thin end. So I'll do the thin ones first and then I'll do the thick one. So what I did was I just sat and I started with the thin one for the smaller ones. So this is what I'm going to use, but I thought that it does take some time to do. And I thought if we do this first, we can get this, that's flat up, that's right. We can get this out of the way. So flip it over. We don't want the dark side, we want the lighter side. So on the lighter side with the thin, here I've got some berries. So I'm just going to just press to create those berries that are there. So we just want that. So you can see there how I've got those little berries in there. I'll go again in this one, just creating that. And I want that to look like, oh, I presume it's a blackberry. I'm not sure what it actually is. So I'm just popping that in there, creating that look. So as you can see, there's those berries. And the bit of white that is showing there, it actually shows through because it's turned white underneath. So then while I've got the thin bit, we've got some little bits. And I'm just gently going over it a few times so that it creates the well inside the paper. That's how I would call it, the well. So I'm just doing some little lines because these are just a beautiful little flower. And this is a way that you can get texture from a flat piece of vellum. And we've used vellum where we've had embossing folders. And on plain vellum, it works beautifully. So then I've got over here, change this around because most of this is the big. So I'm going to just use the larger tip. And I'm just going to go around and make, I'm hoping I'm not bumping the camera, just in a circular motion because we're doing these berry-like. A little bit down in that corner. So again, see how that's popped up and it's allowed that to come through. It's just a great way. Now in this one, the purple one, as you can see, it's got lots of lines. And I want to keep those lines so that they create that same effect when I've finished this. So I've gone and just come down and try and work out roughly where I think each petal is. Just giving it a bit of texture in there. Sort of following those lines that are already there. So it's not hard to do. Do that. And so you can see how that's created. So then I've got the centre. So I'm just going to go in that circle and create that centre to pop up. I'm going to do the same on this one. So it's not hard to do, but it's a great way to just add a little twist to your vellum. Has anyone tried anything like this with these? Hello, Leslie. How are you? Good to see you. I'm just showing a little way of putting texture on our product of the month, and then we're going to make it into a card. So I've just got a little square. You see, again, you've got that lovely risen texture. And then just in here, I will create the centre to pop out. So I've got a couple more flowers to go. I said it's quick and it's easy. And I like to leave a bit, like you probably noticed, I've left a little bit of a line in here around because we want the petals to look very distinct. And if I just colour the flower, it wouldn't be that same distinctiveness. There. You ever done this before, Glenda? Just using your tool. And I'm telling you, this happened by accident. I was sitting here chatting away to a great friend of mine, and when we chat, we do chat for a little while, not very long, and I just happened to have a scrap piece of this here, and I picked it up and started to do this. I don't even know why I did it. And when I saw it and saw the results of it, it just meant something that I thought, I have to show everybody this, because it's a great way to give this product of the month a little bit more life. I mean, I loved what I did last week, which was using the papers, but just doing something a bit different. So I'm keeping that grain, what I call the grain look on the petals. Come right out there. So even if it goes to the corner, I am not going to worry too much, and then we'll focus on the centre. Always use your pierce mat because you would absolutely wreck your paper. Just in here, creating that flower. So I've nearly finished it. So as you can see, it didn't take that long to do the flower. And I'm hoping you can see on camera the texture that it's given. Look at that. Just a bit of texture. And because it's gone white underneath, it's also made the flowers enhance more. Now, if you wanted to, you could do the leaves, but I've left the leaves because I feel that they can be a bit overbearing. And I had a play when I cut one of the ones from the loose paper, and that's playing with the leaf because I'm going to use that on the inside. So you can see the leaves can still do it, but I just thought this was a bit heavy in here, and I just wanted to keep it because once I started to do these leaves, I would have to do the others. So I thought, nah, I'll just leave it. Oh, do try, Glenda, and show us some photos of what you do. I'd love to see what everybody else does. So the colour I've chosen today is the Fresh Freesia because I like the Fresh Freesia paper. Hot mate. Yes, it certainly makes a difference, doesn't it, Leslie? So it's definitely worth looking at. So I'll just pop them out of the way for the moment, and I'm going to get my trimmer because I want to make a gatefold. And move them out of the way. It's funny, you go to do a live and you think, oh, I've got no room. That's all right. So for a gatefold, this is our 21 centimetres by 14.9. Half of 10.5 is 5.25. Now, I'll bring this up and I'll get it right up here. So I want 5.25, which is roughly just in between those 1 and 2. This line here is a bit of an idea of where to go. So it's about 2 and whatever, 1/16. I'm not very good with those. I found that using the metric has been a lot easier. So 5 and 2.5, which is about roughly that, because it's in between those two. So make sure you've got your paper nice and lined up. Check it. The beauty of our trimmer is you've got it there and there so you can see. And then I'm going to score that. So what I do is I then fold it. Make sure it's nice and flat and even. And I'll burnish it. Now, I don't know about anybody else, but when I do a gatefold and I try to do the measurements, I end up with gaps or overlapping. But a little trick that works for me is I carefully bring this over, line it up with where I've already got it, just line it all nice and flat, and then do it. Now, I don't know if you do this with a gatefold, but it's a perfect fold in the middle, which is what I want. So move that out of the way. So then I've gone and cut, and my little notes gone hiding. got 2 pieces of cardstock, 5 by 14.4 in white. Got just a fraction smaller than the paper. And then I've got my vellum, which is 3 mils smaller again. Now, if you remember last week, we talked about how to put the thing on. And the beauty of having our Tombow glue that we can't get anything out. Get some glue from here, a little glue spreader, and just pop that on, making sure that you get it at the top, like on your edges and everything. But we don't want those white lines because we don't want them showing through. So our silicone craft mat is perfect for that. It's always something worth making sure that you've got a craft mat in your kit. Okay, so I've got that on there. I'll just pop that out of the way for a moment. Sit that in there. Take my white, lift that piece off, and place that. Place that. And I'll just get a wipe because I don't want glue when I'm doing it. And this is the beauty of our mat. It just wipes clean. So I'll now do the other one. A bit of the glue. Whoops, that was not very smart. You see what I did? Don't do as I do. Hello, Sharon, how are you? I just popped it down and didn't check which side I had. Consequently, it was the wrong side. But being vellum, I was able to wipe it off. So once again, with the glue spreader, I'm just going to spread the glue nice and evenly and get rid of those lines because there is nothing worse. Admittedly, this vellum is very forgiving, but we want to try and get rid of all those bits. I'll pop this in place. And like anything, make sure you have it straight. Up a bit closer, Anita. And we'll pop that. And there we've got it. So that's beautifully come off when I wipe that. Luckily I caught that early enough. I'll just wipe that out of the way because we don't want glue. So there's my 2 pieces. So I'm going to grab my glue and I'm going to glue these 2 pieces down. Pop one on each of the side panels. Making sure it's nice and even. That's what I like about our glue, that it's nice and wiggle room. Do the same with the other. Sharon, I don't know if you saw what I was doing. We were working with the vellum and we were giving it some texture just by using our stylus on our take your pick tool. Yep. Right. So that's what I was doing before you came on. It was just showing how that can be done and to create some texture. And I've just noticed I missed a flower. So I'm going to go back and put a little bit of texture on that flower because it looks a bit funny. There we go. Doesn't take much. That's better. Makes the flower stand out. Okay, so then I've cut a piece of Fresh Freesia, and this is 7.5 by 7.5. And then I've just gone down 3mm and 3mm again, just to create that effect. So to do this, it's exactly the same as what we did before. I'm going to turn this over and get our glue and smear it on. Admittedly, I think that this heavily floral piece of vellum is forgiving in the sense that you've got a lot of areas that it could hide. I'll pop that in, just make sure I get all my edges because they'll be the first thing that will lift if I don't. Carefully lift that up. It's messy, yes, I know. But unless anyone's got any better ideas, apart from using a adhesive sheet, but because of the technique, an adhesive sheet would have been, and I think the cutting theory was a little bit crooked, but you will be right. We'll make it work. We're not going to waste it, are we? Who does that? Where it's slightly out, but you're just not going to waste it. You know you'll cover it with something. And then I want to put some ribbon. Now I've grabbed some of our ribbons here that I think will suit. Now I'm looking at the pink, at the Barely Blush, but I just think that's a little bit light. Just not 100% for that one. Then we've got the green, Peaceful Pine. There is the green in there, so I'm remembering I'm going to be placing this on the top. I'm having a look at that. And then there's Hydrangea Hue, because we've got a blue in there. And we'll just, because it'll be before that. That'll pick up the blue in there. There's enough green. I think I don't want the green. And I haven't really got anything in the other colour that I think would suit nicely. I'm going to try the blue. What do you think? The blue or the green? Just wind that so I don't mess. So we're going to pop that. I'm going to get my pop a couple of strips of adhesive behind here. And just make sure you... No, I haven't. I thought I had a nice finish on the end of that, but I haven't. Whoops, that didn't go too good. Sorry about that. I went off camera. I didn't mean to do that. So I'm going to go, I reckon I'll go corner to corner because I'm going to place it, will I place it straight? Pop it on an angle. I think I'll pop it on an angle. So if I have that, like so, go across this way. White, green. Oh, ladies, you're confusing me. Well, the pink looks like white. And there's the green. that colour, put that colour, put the blue. And if I put this over the top, it gives you an idea of how it's going to sit. Okay. 1, 2 or 3. Give me a couple of more answers. I was thinking of the blue because it would bring out the berries. The pink, I feel, or the lighter colour gets a little bit lost. And the green, because I've got a lot of green leaves, I think that is very heavy on the fact that I've got a lot of green already on there. Come on, ladies. I know Facebook takes a while to come through. So I've got white and I've got a green. No. Okay, I'll go with what I was going to go. I'm going to go with the green, with the blue. So I'm going to pop this on here. And just pop that like so. And we'll pop another piece of... You don't like any of those. So now I'm going to get some dimensionals. Put some dimensionals on there. And I'll pop that other bit of tape so it will hold the dimensional underneath the middle, because we don't want saggy. We've ended up with the hydrangea, Kerry. So I'm going to pop that on. Pop this in place. I know what I didn't do, and I could see that was what my problem was. I'm going to pop a little bit of glue on the back of each of the dimensionals because I needed wiggle room. And we know that once the dimensionals adhere, they're down. Okay. So my theory was that the hydrangea brings out this blue that's in there. There's only a little bit of it, but enough for it to come out. So I'm going to put this, which way am I going to put this? I think I'll pop that this way. Probably could have made that a bit smaller, but it's all right. Ribbon will bend and will fit in the card quite comfortably in the envelope. So now I've got to put some dimensionals on this side of the card. Oops, I've gone off camera. Sorry, ladies. I don't mean to do that. I need one of those things like they have at tennis, you know, when you're offline. Beep. And again, I'm just going to pop a little bit of glue so that I can make sure I've got that correct on the page. So I'll line that up. And there we go, have our opening. And I've got blue. Oh, careful. Just going to push that dimensional a little bit down because it was just not in the right place. Because you could just see it. There we go. I'm going to pop that. So now I'm going to get my fair bit of white, and we're going to do a sentiment. So I'm going to have a look at what I can use. So I didn't think of picking this beforehand. Good afternoon, Lucia. How are you? You've been busy today, which I'm not surprised. So, oh, that would look nice across there, which might mean I'll get another piece of white. Will work really nice. Grab this. Grab block. And I think I might use some Gorgeous Grape. And if we don't think this suits, we can always do another one. So I'm just going to put Happy Birthday. Let's have a look. Oh, yes, I do like that. Oh, the plaster is finished for the day. That's good. Clean the colour off, clean the ink off so I don't end up putting it somewhere. I think I might fussy cut that. I like that colour. It picks up that colour in there. This card has evolved even while I've been doing this on live because it was not the way I started it. So, just and for those of you who are demonstrators, who's happy our snips are back? Mia is one. I've got some really bad blunt snips. Still gravitate to them because they're perfect for what I want. It's going to go because I want to keep it all in one. I hope I haven't pinched anything for you today, Lucia. Lucia and I, our great minds, do think alike. You're the same as me, Jacinta? You're looking forward to the snips? Yeah, I think it's time that they were back. I'm certainly going to make sure I've got plenty and get rid of these. I know they're blunt. They're not cutting the way I'm used to. I did take them to get them sharpened, but they're a little bit damaged because somebody has been pinching them and using them when they shouldn't be and damaged them. So that won't be happening when I get my new ones. Well, actually, he's been pretty good, I have to admit. I ended up getting him a pair and I said, these are yours. They're so different to mine. So there's no excuse. And he has been using them. But unfortunately, the damage was already done. So these will go out. Oh, yours should arrive today. Well, I'm holding off until the 1st of June. I've got an order, and rather than order now and then order you know, a few days later, because I'd like to get the product of the month. And if I put the order that I've got sitting in there now, I might miss the next product of the month because we don't know what it is yet. And if I like it, but yeah, I'm sort of timing my orders now to be in time for the product of the month. Sometimes there have been some sneaky ones go through. But yes, I've got a large one at the moment. Once again. Oh, yeah, don't worry, Glenda. I am definitely going to be hiding these. They will be nearly under lock and key, if I put it that way. Because, okay. Oh, yeah. I'm going to sit that in the middle. I like that there. Then again, it takes it a bit away from the raised flowers. It's fairly quiet there. There it's still very raised, so I might even put it up high. So I'm just going to pop some mini dimensionals. Make sure I know exactly where I'm going to put them. So the 2 P's to the D. Pop the dimensionals on. Just one more. Probably could have thought about that before I put it down, but that's all right. So I'm just going to pop that right across there. Still allows me to open, which is lovely. Stu has a habit of pinching your rulers. No, I don't have that problem. I think Ferdy's got about 8 or 9, tape measures out there. So I'm going to add some gems. And I do love, these are retired. These are I think they're retired, Purple Adhesive-Backed gems, but I think they will go nicely with this. So I might use the lighter pink ones just to give it a little bit of colour. So I'm going to pop a large and a small. Actually, I might got plenty of these, so why not? I'm going to put 3 up here and 3 on this side. And this I know is going to be an even number, which is going to drive me nuts, but I really have no other place to put a couple more. But there we go. There's our inside, our front, I should say. And so on the inside, I've got a piece of, and I've grabbed the leaves out of the Nature's Symphony. I've got to say that correctly. So I'm going to use this, but I'm going to put, what colour will I put? I want something a little bit different on the inside. No, I think I will stick with Peaceful Pine. So I'm going to get the Peaceful Pine, make sure it's well inked up, and I'm actually going to stamp off and then stamp twice, just to give a softer look. And I'm going to do that in each corner. And stamp off and stamp. That'll clean. And then we'll sit that on the inside. So it's a quick card today. Pop that in. And there's the card. Get rid of that messy. So we were talking before, somebody asked for the green, so I did one earlier in the green. And then I did one with the green. So you can see this beautiful raised texture is just absolutely mind-boggling. And, you know, just adding that little touch to your card can make a huge difference. So it's really effective. And this paper, I mean, I love this paper. I know what I was going to put in there, and I didn't. I was going to add these. Too late. Let's see if I've got anything. Oh, I did that in this one. Look at that one. One I prepared earlier. Look at that. There I've got the flower. I've just popped it in there. Just good. It's still got the texture. If you run your hand over it, you can still feel the texture. Thank you, Lucia. Much appreciated. Thank you, Glenda. So, yeah, just a simple card, but a new way of using our product of the month, our love, and just embossing it and creating that look. And so by having the different looks, and I mean, you could do the same with the paper. Oops, I'll just grab it. With this sheet of paper, you could colour them out like I've done before and cut them out, and then you could make your own design on the card. So there's another way of doing it for you. So I hope you like that, and if you go ahead and do something like this, I would love you to show it, pop it on the page, because it's really something fun. So I've got some, you know, done some, I really was pleased with the Gorgeous Grape, I was expecting that not to look as good, but I'm actually quite happy with that, and it's really good. So thank you, everyone. I've enjoyed this, so thanks for being with me today and watching, and we will catch you next Monday. Boy, and that'll go quick. So thank you again, everyone. Bye for now.